Hey guys, it's me again. So in my second video I wanted to do like a question and answer, and you guys all sent me in questions on YouTube, Instagram, my Ask FM page, so let's get to it. So the first question was, do you have any posters on your bedroom wall? And I kind of don't need to explain this one because you know, you can obviously see behind me, but I've got the big poster of Miley, I've got the Miley calendar, and then the rest of the wall is basically covered in pictures of my family and friends, and Taylor, Miley, Demi, obviously. Next question, what is your favourite sporting activity? So to be honest, I'll get straight to the point on this one. I don't have one because I don't really like sports. You know, like football, rugby, cricket, tennis, doesn't really interest me. Too hot or too cold? We always say in winter that we can't wait for summer to come because we hate the snow and the rain, and then when summer comes we're just like, oh, it's too hot. Personally, I would say being too cold. Are you happy with the amount of information in your head? Okay, so I read this one and all I could think of was the line from Shake It Off, you know, I stay out too late, got nothing in my brain, because that kind of sums me up. On most days. Yeah. What networking websites do you use? Okay, so I've got Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, you know, the usual stuff, Tumblr. Go on occasionally. You have tattoos. Well, I've already got 2 tattoos, one on my elbow and one on my back. And I've already planned my 3rd, but I've already planned my 4th and potentially my 5th, so, you know, I'm all for tattoos, I don't see a problem with them. It's a person rich. I'd probably say success, because, you know, no amount of money makes you rich, because you can have all the money in the world and, you know, no one to share it with, nothing to do with the money. Worst place you could get stuck. I'd probably say in a lift, because that happened to me and a friend quite a few weeks ago and I freaked out. Makes you happy? Food, Starbucks, friends, family, music. That's pretty much it. When you need advice, who do you go to? Okay, so I said in my last video I've got obviously a big family, a big group of friends, so there's always someone who could help me out. You know, if I need advice, I usually go to my best friend, and they're always there for me, and we're basically in the same mindset, so they always know what's going on in my life. I tell them basically everything. And, you know, my closest uni friends, I always listen to their advice, and they could probably tell you that themselves, but, you know, it's good to have their opinion and see how they feel about the situation, see what they can advise me to do, and most of the time I'll take it into account, you know, I'll sort of consider what they have to say, but I kind of take my own path in most things. Past, present, or future? Okay, so I think quite a lot about my past, you know, there's quite a lot of things that I've done that I regret, or not done differently if I could go back and change them. And obviously I think about the present quite a lot because, you know, how it's going to develop into the future. And the future scares me quite a lot because it's really uncertain, you really have no idea what's going on. So I'd say probably the future now. I'm trying to think more about the future than the past because obviously the past you can't change. You can only sort of develop from and hopefully learn from, because that's the most important thing. Song at the moment. So I quite like Meghan Trainor's Lips Are Moving because it's got a good beat. It's catchy. I like catchy songs with good beats that you can kind of dance to. And the lyrics are just, you know, interesting. Just saying every time your lips move, you're lying. One thing you would never wear. Crocs. Whom have you hugged today? It's my nan's birthday today, so obviously she's one of the people, and, you know, I came back from the weekend at home, so my mum, she gets sad every time I leave, I think. I get a little sad too. What was the last picture you took with your phone? We went food shopping on my way back to uni today, and I took a picture and I was just like, yay, I have food now! So that was the last picture I took. Is Michelle awesome or what? P.S. Jordan, por favor. Her name is Michelle, and she clearly asked me this one because her name is in it, very subtle, Michelle. I'd say she's awesome, yeah, like, we basically have every lesson together because we do the same subjects, so she's a great person, we talk about everything, we have a laugh, we have a joke. And then the whole por favor thing is from Spanish, because my Spanish teacher seems to have some grudge against me, and every time I'm talking in the lesson, or she's talking, I'm talking over her, you know, whatever. She basically just asked me, her saying please or por favor is her nice way of saying shut the hell up. Favorite midnight snack? So I'm kind of hooked on the line from 22, breakfast at midnight, so, you know, if I'm hungry at midnight, I'll go get breakfast. Pretty interesting one I got asked the other day. Blondes, brunettes, or redheads? So obviously I love them all, I'm not going to discriminate against someone because of their hair colour, and one of my best friends is ginger. What do you love, her? I don't really have any particular preference, you know, probably brunette, but that doesn't mean that I don't like any of the others. You see from your bedroom window. So from my bedroom window at home, look out on mainly houses because we're in kind of like a terrace block type thing, they kind of all back onto each other, so there's not really a great view. And the view out my bedroom window at uni is a cemetery, so I kind of have the curtains closed most of the time. And until a couple of months ago, we had just scaffolding, so that's all I could see. It wasn't great, to be honest. Most played song. Okay, so I went on my iTunes for this one because I wasn't really too sure myself, and it's kind of messed up because it's saying that I've only played most of the songs one time each. But it says the song with the most plays is actually Bang Bang by Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj. Because I did play that quite a lot, I guess, but it makes you feel happy. So the first song I could think of, and obviously I couldn't get any other songs out of my head after I heard this, was Happy by Pharrell. So clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Kind of makes you feel happy. You have to feel happy listening to that song, you know? Some of my favourite questions were actually the first ones that were asked to me on my YouTube channel, and from one of my best friends in my group. I was going to get her to read out the questions to me, but I thought that might be a bit embarrassing for her. Number one is, are you sexually active? I thought I'd just get straight to the point. Yes, but only for the last, 3 or 4 years. Do you play the didgeridoo? Unfortunately not, because I think it's actually a really cool instrument, but I know someone who does. It's actually one of my friends, roommates, he plays it. And it seems, it's a lot more difficult than it looks, I think. Last one, how much do you love your uni friends? This much. So I thought for quite a long time about how I was going to respond to this one. And I saw one of Connor France's videos the other day, who I basically adore. And he basically said that there was no way he could quantify the amount, and he was just like, I love you this much. Like an infinite amount, because I love everyone in my group. They're awesome. And they're always there for me when I need them. They give good advice, and we have great times together. I'm not really sure what I was planning for the next video, so obviously if you've got any good ideas, then just comment them below, or, send them to me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. We'll plan something for hopefully next month. I'm trying to be a lot less awkward than I was in the first video, because, obviously it's the first video, you're kind of like, what do I do, what do I say, how long do I make it, what do I put in it? And now I'm kind of just chilled. Chilled is good. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would be great, and feel free to subscribe, obviously, because 50 subscribers is my first goal. So yeah, feel free to comment. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, you name it, whatever. And comment more questions if you have any on my Ask FM page. It's in the link below. Yeah, check it out. That's it for today, so goodbye, adios, au revoir, sayonara. I don't know any other ways of saying goodbye, but goodbye.